In Michigan, we hunt, we fish, and we plant our roots deep to survive. We are a very small percentage of a large amount of people doing the same. I'm your host, Eric Zerlot. You're going to want to stay tuned as I explore, alongside my colleagues, the woods and the waters of Michigan. On Michigan Caught Wild.
Hey guys, welcome to Michigan Caught Wild. Set up here for some crappie today and moved around a bit, tried to find the school, got on them, and was catching nothing but little ones. I was using a tungsten and I was using plastics and I was using spikes today, and it's not getting into anything but little ones, so I decided to switch up. And run a jig and wrap and started getting into some little bigger ones because I'm sick of catching these little ones. And it's working. The rip and wrap, no bait, just it's got a good rattle in it that they like. And hopefully we can weed out the little ones. Just stay on the bit. I'm marking them down there right now. They're down there. The little ones won't hit it, but the bigger ones do. So. Missed him. Got him. Oh, it's so awesome. Man, they're just reacting to this big time. Usually their hit is so soft out here. That's a little one. But look what size bait they're hitting. And it's amazing. I'm eating these, so I'm going to keep that because that's what size I like to eat. I'll keep the big one. I'll catch a big one, but I don't want to keep it. Plus, you know, you used to get a lot more big ones out here on this body of water that I'm on right now. It used to be a lot better for catching big ones. Fishing about 36 foot of water, so I was really having a hard time. I was using a tiny tungsten, small as you can get pretty much. And it was still, and there's a pretty good current here. I was having a heck of a time getting down there. Now, with this, I'm getting down there way quicker, and they're charging after. Here he comes. 36 foot of water, got another one. This one feels like a little bit better one. I'm telling you what, I've never had him hit something so hard in my life. People don't think that's a good lure. I don't know what is. And they are crushing it. Usually their bite is so soft out here that you can't hardly tell they're hitting. And they are crushing this lure today. And I'm telling you, I was just fishing here for a couple hours. Really barely catching anything. Hitting solo, I use an ultralight gear. Just they would come up to the jig and barely hit it. This thing they're just slamming. Got him. Crushed it. Man, they crushed this lure. Keep thinking I need to put a littler one on. Ain't big. That's not a big crappie at all. That's pretty small. It's an eater. That's the ones we like to eat, though. On the rip and wrap. Pretty good size lure for what size fish are hitting it. And I don't think I stand a chance at these bigger ones if I'm not using that, because there's a lot smaller ones down there. There's a lot smaller one. I think I'm in a spot where there's a lot of small ones, so it's almost like competition. And honestly, I'm just trying to get a meal here. Really, I'm just trying to get some food. We like to eat fish, so. I don't really like the big one. I want to catch a big one, don't get me wrong. But, and they're in here. There's big ones in here. Here it comes. Got it. Doesn't feel like a real big one. Not too bad. A little one, but I'm telling you, these are the ones I like to eat. So I'm happy with this. If I could sit here and catch these. And he just crushed this. Well, if you're trying to say that I'm catching a record crappie or anything, because far from that. Caught much bigger crappie. What I'm saying is I'm glad I decided to change my game a little bit. I switched back to the tungsten and instantly get a little one. So I know that's what's down there. There's a school of crappie down there, and a lot of them are small. And yeah, I might catch more if I sit here and do that, but I can't. It takes a minute. It takes about a whole minute to get that tiny tungsten. And then I'll show you the size. I mean, tiny. It takes about a whole minute to get that down there, though. And sorry, I don't got that long. I want to catch fish. And I can get this ripping wrap down there in a couple seconds and be right back on the fish. Not only that, but I'm on the bigger fish. So to me, it just makes sense to try to use this little bigger lure. I'm not saying this is always going to be work, but it's worth a try. You know, if you're in somewhere and you know there's bigger ones, just pick a bigger lure. Got it. And he came way up for that. Feels like an alright fish. A little better. Oh, he came racing. He wanted out. Yeah. That's a little bit nicer. So again, on the rip and wrap, and he really comes up. I wish I had another camera where I could show you guys on the graph what's actually going on here. Boy, they are working for it. I mean, you get them chase, and then you get some that really chase. This is awesome. I feel like this is a way more intense way to fish crappie. Nice. Crush. That's a little bit better fish. Another one. These ain't real big, but that's an eater. That's a 10-incher. It's an eater. And the way they hit, it's so weird. Got a little pull to him. Right around. Not a bad fish. I'll take that. You know, I'll eat that. That's a great eater. Alright. Stuck it. That feels like a little bit closer to the fish. not bad. That was actually on a tungsten. A little bit bigger tungsten. Switch the colors on that a bit. They just weren't coming after the ripping rack again, so. Back to the lightweight stuff now. I mean, sometimes you just gotta switch it up. You know, I was getting them to come after that, and then they just kind of shut off. They were down there, but they wouldn't come up after that ripping rack. Throw back a tungsten, they come right up and slam it. I know I'm still sitting on fish here. Good school of fish. They're lighting it up. I mean, they are not going anywhere. Thought about moving. You know, I'd like to find some bigger ones. I'm on the school. So I really don't want to go too far. Yeah. Small one. Same size I've been keeping. I'll let him go though. Little one. Wasn't me. And I didn't want to catch this one. That might be a record. Look at that beautiful fish though. Let's get you back in the water, girl. Man, it is windy out. I'm telling you what. The warm front blowing in, but sure wouldn't know it. That one on the tungsten, so, you know, I really just think you gotta switch back and forth sometimes. I was fishing with the ripping rod for a while to where they didn't want it. Well, that feels like a little bit better fish. Alright. Well, that's more the size that we're in here for. That's a good 11, 12 incher, maybe. Bigger. Those are the size we like in here. Instant. That's a nicer fish. I just switched out to a smaller size. Looking right. That's a bluegill. But damn. If a bluegill didn't just smack that. That's not a bad gill either. I'm gonna eat that one. I'm gonna eat that one. Fish are getting caught wild. We eat food. We eat meat. We're meat eaters. Well, I'll be damned. Not bad, they're hitting again, but now they're wanting the tungsten. It's just like, you just don't know. They go for a while where they'll hit that rip and wrap. And then with tungsten, so. God, man, they're hitting soft. That's a little bit better fish. Boy, they're hitting soft. That's not a very good fish. Bluegill. Little bluegill. Another 6-incher. Another little 6-7-inch bluegill. I didn't want to give some away. Go ahead. Sometimes when you crank them up that far, you gotta reel them a little bit slower, sir. You bring them up too fast, it kills them, but he swam off. And if they don't make it back down the hole, I'd take them home and eat them, so I ain't that worried about it. You know, I'm out here for some food anyway, but I like to see them littler ones. You know, and even that was a little longer than my hole. It was probably about, that was probably 6.5 or 7-inch bluegill. Not very big, but really, you get a nice chunk of meat on those. If you're out here to eat, which I am, and I've already got a pretty good amount of fish on me, you know, I want to hang on to a couple of bigger ones now, but really, that's just fine. You know, you can keep 25 a day. I mean, that's a couple meals a day. For the cost of a fishing license, if you fished enough, you can pretty much sustain yourself on meat. Between a hunting and fishing license, I mean, Michigan's an awesome place for that, for sure. Definitely don't want to be buying fish from a grocery store, not these time of days. Definitely don't want to be buying your fish from China. Alright guys, I'm going to call it a day out here. Hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed, please subscribe. Peace.